Come on. There we go. Okay.
Now, I think Tom is supposed to be joining us because this is his last meeting. So we'll just see if he joins us.
You know, maybe, Ruth, you were just, what's her name? Hackinson.
Yeah, Kathy.
Maybe she'd be interested in this committee if we have a vacancy here too.
Yeah. I said Kathy Hackinson might
Yeah.
be interested in one or the other.
Sorry, I just thought of
I don't
that.
mind calling her and seeing if she wants to.
That would be good. I saw an email that she said that the house on Uxbridge Road is empty and we can go and take photographs.
That's a little shack.
Mhm.
Okay.
A little one,
That was one that they did come before us though for the demo delay.
Yeah.
like a little cottage.
Yeah.
What house?
Where Joe Pike used to live. You know where Joe Pike lives? About 2 houses up from the marina.
Oh,
It was
okay.
Tetros.
Okay.
Joe Pike and he lived.
Yeah,
in that little
56
house.
Oxbridge.
56, yeah.
He notified us. that,
So,
yeah,
I mean, I
somebody
don't
wants
know,
to-
Kathy, I don't know if you want to go up there with
Sure.
me. I'll go up. I'm kind of fairly, tomorrow is a problem, but after that I'm free.
Yeah.
So I'll text her back and find out what time would be good and if we can get in.
If it's first thing in the morning, that would be my preference.
When you say first thing, what time is your first thing?
Like, 9 and 10.
Between 9 and 10? Okay, that works. I was going to say, if she's saying first thing in the morning and that's 7:30, there's only one 7:30 a day these days. Okay. So, like I said, we have Connie, we have Janice, we're waiting for Tom. I do apologize, very late, I sent out the minutes for the last 2 meetings. I had done them, I completely forgot all about them. So I did send them out. I don't know if anybody did have a chance to. Janice, did you manage to look at them?
I don't think I even saw them.
Okay, they came through this afternoon, late.
Oh, then I probably wouldn't have seen them.
Few minutes, because they're a quick read.
Yeah, if you want to just quickly read through them and then maybe we can accept them.
Can I ask a minute question?
No,
Because I got way behind.
yeah,
I just want to make sure what we voted on. So the last ones on the website are January 3rd, and then I have this email in April that has January, February, March, though that stuff we all
they
voted
were
on.
all voted
Okay.
on, they're all good to go.
I will
And
get
then,
them posted, and then whatever we discussed
and
tonight. Got
if
it.
we approve these 2 now, then we're completely up to date.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
Get a nice
one board.
Well, thank you, Kathy.
quickening
I tried.
read. Like it.
I decided not to be wordy. I tend to get wordy. as you-
I didn't get it, Lynn. I didn't get them.
In your town email?
And your town email? No, I don't have a town. Do I have a town email?
No.
Janice, I think
I
it's
Oh, you didn't send, you only sent it to the town addresses that I'm
the
forwarding.
historical commission with
Yeah,
all,
that only goes to town. That historic at mendonma.gov only goes to town addresses. So if you didn't separately add her personal email, she didn't get it.
Well,
But Janice, I just forwarded it.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Um,
I didn't realize that.
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah.
when I send everything round to historical commission, I'm always missing Janice off. But it
I
comes
know, it's
up
my
on that
fault.
though.
I apologize.
Sometimes, I don't know what you have
Something
set up.
about it.
Well, so I think we are likely going to see a policy from the select board requiring boards and commission members to use their town email or
I hope
risk
so.
I thought they had to.
removal. Well, I think they're gonna be a little more forceful about it.
Yeah.
When I
It
go on
makes
there, I don't
sense.
see anything really on
I
there.
don't either.
No.
I see too much. I don't even know where I get all that exercise of the week stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
that
that's-
stuff, yeah, I know. I
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
I agree with that.
I always feel as if someone's pointing the finger saying exercise. No, I'm good.
But how, okay, Dan, I have a question.
Yeah.
I have put in my, like, jlowell@mendonmass.gov, and I don't really get much of anything.
I can't, I don't know whether I'm doing something wrong or,
Doesn't it open up a thing and show you an inbox? And
I don't think so.
so you probably need to call World Band.
Oh, not again.
I have been told that I am not to be providing tech support, apparently. Not that I was, but
Well, can you, if I open my computer, can you
Tonight?
maybe,
Can you get her on there tonight?
well, wait a minute.
well, just,
Maybe
yeah,
I can.
I can tell you what to do and try logging in. If it doesn't work, I have no power. I can't reset anything or,
Tech support, that's all you do, and I hope you get paid for it,
But you have
by
to-
the
I think
way.
you have to call them.
I think he
don't you?
does
So-
it, and that's why.
well, no, I do. So I was told that they want the maintenance tech, so fine. But I wasn't anyway. I don't have time for this crap.
Right,
It's
I
no
know.
offense, but
But I'm talking about all this stuff. I hope you get
right now, if you,
for it.
well, I'm a member of this board, so that's what we're doing for this. But if you go right now, I don't know what the link is for the email.
Okay,
I don't even remember.
so-
Hang on.
All right.
Accounts.
I don't want my computer to totally crash here.
Not really.
It's so. Okay.
I don't even know if I have it bookmarked because I don't use it.
They want to go see it.
If they what?
They want to see it.
J.
The 56 Uxbridge? Yeah. Janice and Connie,
Yes.
if we go and take photographs, do you want to go with us to see that little place on 56 Uxbridge that we,
When are you going?
maybe, today's Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday?
Yeah. What time? Oh, between 9 and 10, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Janice?
I'm not sure. I'd have to get back to you.
Okay. It's not a big deal, but if you want to, I can swing by and pick you up, Connie, if you want.
Doesn't look like,
Yeah, that'd be great.
oh,
Okay.
I'm wrong. That was stupid. That was just
I'll,
stupid.
I'll call Kathy Hackinson and see if
Put
it's
on
okay
here,
if we go
right.
in.
I mean, you can
On
set it
Wednesday?
up on your computer as
No, it's
well,
okay, right? This
But it
this
should
is
just
right.
be, what is it? Outlook.office.com.
It's all right. I'll send a
Yeah,
mass.
no, don't do that.
Don't do that.
You have to go in this
In
URL
the-
bar up here.
Here?
Yep. Click on that where it says Google. Now
Okay.
type in Outlook
Thank
dot
God I have
office
Dana.
dot com.
He goes, okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, Jane is doing that. Connie, did you manage to have a look at
Log
those
in
minutes?
here.
They look all right to you?
I can't see
They
him.
look all right to me.
Maybe
Did you see them? Did you open them,
hope
Janice?
so.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're fine by Janet? Okay.
Oh, crap.
So you'll have to-
I have it written down. Okay, now I know what to do.
You couldn't get into them, Connie?
I have all
No,
the passwords written in a
Oh.
book, so that's okay, Dan.
But yeah, so just outlook.office.com and then go there.
Okay, all right.
What did she say? She needs them?
Okay, that's
What do you
fine.
want to do, Kathy? Do you want to, I mean, Dan, you, me, we can do a full, right? We can say unanimous and Connie can
Yeah.
wait. Okay,
Well, she can't open them or she didn't get them?
oh, I didn't get them on my work email and I didn't go to, I'm on this, so I didn't go to Google to find it.
okay. Okay, don't worry. Well, there's 4 of us that have read them, so we can actually vote to accept them and make a note that you have not had a chance to look at them. If you do look at them and there's anything, well, you actually weren't at the meeting, so
I think she was,
not
Yeah, I
with
wasn't
people
at
yet,
the
but not me.
last meeting, yeah.
Yeah. So can I have a motion to accept them?
So moved.
I moved,
Yep.
Second,
Also, procedurally, we still have to do roll call votes because we're still meeting hybrid.
okay.
And I think it sounds like she said at the select board meeting, even if we're all in person, if it's a hybrid meeting, there's some vagueness in the law and it might be proper to record that it was a roll call vote.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
So So Kathy Schofield, aye.
Lynn Roberts, aye.
Dan, I.
Janice, I.
Okay, I made a note, Connie, that you will have a look at them. And if there's anything that you disagree with, let us know and we can make a note.
Okay. What date is this meeting notes from?
Okay, the notes, there's one from 4/12 and the other one is the last one that we did, which was 5/16.
Okay.
Okay, so if everybody accepted them, Dan, can you post them for us?
Yeah, I'll try and get those up.
Whenever. Okay. The next thing that we had was the LHDC expansion. Was there anything that came up in your meeting that we need to do?
No, I think, so we need to work on design guidelines. That's a separate project.
Yep.
I think the hope was to maybe have something to look at in July.
The local historic district are working on the design guidelines or the historical
No,
commission?
the district commission.
The district's
That's
going
within
to,
there.
okay.
That's their problem. our
Okay.
problem. And then I think if we're gonna pursue Washington Street, I think you came in at the tail end of that discussion. We need to have a revised proposal complete by September 1st. And we should figure out.
September 1st, yep.
Figure out a hearing date. Probably should do the hearing like in September would be good. I think, like you were saying before, I think, making sure we get more involvement in that hearing.
Yep.
If the planning board does want to meet with us, it might be.
We don't have to now.
We have to hand them the document.
Yep.
Okay.
What they do with it is not our problem, but they might want to talk about it, so we probably want to make sure there's representation if that comes up
Yep.
to a meeting, because we know that'll be a fun one. But I think we need to look through that proposal, see, there was some concerns, I think.
Tighten up a bit.
So I don't know if this group has suggestions. I think we should look at the list of properties. If there's really a property that doesn't need to be included, I don't think we want to do the Swiss cheese thing, but
I don't think you can. I don't think they'll allow you to.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
like pulling out that vacant lot that's unbuildable, that seemed to be a problem, so maybe that needs to
Which
just get
vacant
removed.
lot is that?
Hang on, I want to pull it up. We had so, it actually got left off the map, and then we added it because we felt that it was
That was the property that Jimmy Quirk owns. Is it number 30 that's in the back?
30 Washington Street. It's
Yeah.
completely wetland. It has no frontage. So the argument was that on paper, it's 30 Washington Street, and we're going to 31. But
So that's across the street, obviously.
perhaps if we felt that it should just be excluded, that might be.
I don't know that
Here.
if we're going to include 31, I don't think that you can exclude 30. But we can put a note with 30 to say that it's wetlands and it's a non-developable lot.
Well,
The state was the one that asked if it was included or not because it was conflicting.
Did they give us any feedback as to whether or not we should or should not include it?
Nope, she just said be consistent. She just said make sure everything matches up with whatever you choose.
Okay, so maybe we should get an email out to her and just say,
What are your thoughts? Can this be, I don't know.
I seem to recall when we did it before on Maple, you have to include everything. It doesn't matter if it's a 2012
right.
duplex.
Yeah, I
You have
agree.
to include everything, and I think that lot there, it's part of the historic district. What the owner chooses to do with it, if they come along and they all of a sudden say, well, I have access, I want to build on it, then that goes through the regular proceedings. But
I
it is
agree.
still in part of the historic district, so any design guidelines that we have should be part of that.
Right.
Should be included.
Yeah. But if the owner decided that with not having any frontage, that they wanted to use access to that from a different area, an easement or whatever through somebody else's property, if they chose to do that, then they can.
There's no
But it's
frontage
still-
at all?
No,
Nope,
it's landlocked.
hang on.
But I think that if they could get access somewhere else, they can. but the address, the mailing address is the important thing, and it's 30 Washington Street. As such, it has to abide by the rules of the local historic district. That's the way I look at it.
100% of parcel is pond. I think, the takeaway, my takeaway from that hearing is there was a lot of confusion, unhappiness as to why any house that isn't actually historic would be included in the district. So I think we just need to make sure that we have all the justifications.
Yeah.
And like I said previously, so like, we should look at the lots in this district and how many of them are new versus old, so you can have that statistic and say, well, actually, it matches up with every other
It's,
Well,
yeah,
actually,
I agree.
it's the same premise as new construction, though.
Right.
I mean, it's the same thing, and I think that the reason that it's in the district is they don't want people to change things that might impact upon the historic integrity of the rest of the district,
Right.
basically.
Well, yeah, I just, we have to be prepared to justify that. I think that
Okay.
was a big issue with the
And
hearing.
I do think that in the original
Hearing that you're
report,
talking about?
Yeah, they were, they seized on it. I mean,
I know.
it's their job to go against it. So I think we need to at least make sure we're prepared to address or
Right.
fix their concerns. So I think looking at new construction, because I think he made a very good point about that.
I had a lot of information about historic districts when
Yeah,
we were trying to research it years ago.
oh, I've
And-
got loads of it. In the original report that we did for Maple Street, I don't know if it made it to the final report. If it didn't, I've got drafts, I know, at home, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the things that we addressed, because we had to go to every single house, whether it was considered at that time historic or not, and explain to people what we were doing and why and how it impacted them. And when we went to the houses on Washington, we did go to the houses there that, were resident, and we didn't seem to have a problem with any of those.
And economically, actually, it's beneficial to people because they know that somebody can't put something in their area that is going to impact upon the, what their house is worth,
Climate.
basically, yeah.
But the only problem with that, Jane, is I think we've got to look at different kinds of justification, because unless you have figures to justify that, it's a very difficult one to prove. The state has said that, generally speaking, properties in a historic district will benefit. They'll actually become, they're worth
yeah.
more money. The state has that, but if you were to actually argue it, you've got to come up with figures to prove that. And that's really difficult to do, because you don't know whether the house has actually increased in value because it's a valuable house, or someone's done a lot to it. I think what we need to do is justify the reasons for the district, the reason for the preservation of that particular area in town. This house just happens to be included in it, which is a benefit to you, but I think we need to stay away from finance.
Okay.
Only because, we don't want to turn around to someone and say, well, yeah, your house is worth more now, because, those realtors, they can justify anything. But I think we should be able to justify it in terms of, the history of the town rather than, and the benefits that gives you rather than financial ones. Because, we know that it's true, but unless you can actually stand up
Right.
in court and give dollars and cents, that's a hard one to justify.
Well, the information that I got was not from the state, but
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
no,
Yeah.
it was a national thing. But
Yeah.
That's okay.
You
Point
know
well
what happens
taken.
when people get into court? Okay, so if we want this document done by September 1st, do you think the best thing to do is to make sure, just give everybody a copy and go through it? And then have another meeting, which is just maybe with the local historic district, to go through it and see what we need to do and what we don't? September's not that long away.
I think if we could, I can resend the draft out to everybody. I think if we could be prepared to come to the meeting on the 18th, I mean, I think the district needs to talk about design guidelines too, but
Yep.
if people have suggestions to this document as well, just,
Right.
Review it all. I also think we need to make sure we schedule a hearing at a time that you all can be there as well. That would
Yep.
be a big help.
Yep.
That's July 18th.
So the next meeting for both of us is July 18th. And then August 15th, if we stick to this scheme of the
Why
third
couldn't
Monday
we
of
meet
the
at
month.
6:30? That would be halfway between.
We can do that. I don't see why we can't have a joint meeting or, have
Yeah.
6:30, as you say, so local district can go through their bit and then we can do ours after. Yeah, I have the 12th. Is that what you're saying, Dan? So the next meeting? That's what I had for July.
July 18th.
We had ice
It's the third
Oh.
Wednesday, third Monday.
Why do I have the 12th?
I don't know.
All right.
cream. This kind of stuff was-
July 12th is the cardboard boat race.
When is that?
Not missing that.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
The what, did you say? The cardboard, the cardboard boat race, yeah. Oh, right, so it is the 3rd, so that's the 18th. And then the one after that would be the 15th in August and
I
the
mean, we can-
19th in September. I think we've got to have this done before, at the,
For the 19th.
signed and delivered at the August meeting. And then we can set the date, actually, maybe even in July, we can set the public hearing date. Because
Just
if we
wondering
wait
if
until
we-
August, we're going to miss it.
Just wondering if we should have a couple of meetings one of those months.
Might be a good idea.
I mean, I think it's the district that needs to be the sponsor of
Right.
this. And
I agree,
so
but,
it
but
probably
you know,
needs,
if,
probably need to plan to almost have multiple joint meetings to
Yep.
push this through.
if they need help, let's get that one done.
Well, I'll go through the standards, Department of the Interior standards of rehabilitation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I can, now, do I have to send it via the town email? Or can I send it?
I don't care what you do.
I
I
know
just
you
want it
don't.
electronically so I can copy paste it.
Right.
The
Right.
thing you should be aware of, if you can transact town business on your personal email and there's an open records request, you theoretically could be subject to a court order requiring you to open up all of your personal emails to
Okay,
to
well-
a subpoena.
Hey, listen, they're welcome to them, but
Right,
anyway.
that's all. And the town has liability because now they'd have to hunt down your stuff. So
Well, the
that's,
thing
but
is-
that's the town's
The
problem.
thing is, this is just information that people read. There's no decisions
Right, no.
being made
Well,
on
yeah,
this ever.
so I don't care.
All my spam, all my trash.
As long as you email it, I don't care how you send it.
Yeah.
I just, yeah, that's all.
Yeah, they can have the spam, right?
I'd love that.
I mean, we do have to
Anyway.
be careful, like, we're
Oh,
not,
I know, well, after the,
you can submit things to be reviewed, like you can send a draft, like, hey, everybody, look at this draft, send all
Right.
your comments to Lynn to
well,
compile.
that's what I was thinking, not, you
But
know,
we probably, yeah,
this is not a fait accompli.
this
you
is
know.
just, hey, read this link.
Right,
That's different.
yeah. Okay, well, I am going to go home and eat supper, which I probably should avoid.
We have to
One,
make some-
2, 3, 4, okay, we do have a quorum, right?
We're having leftovers.
Okay, so, you're leaving?
I am.
Okay.
Something.
All right, we will continue.
Should I say?
Number 4, the records room.
No, you don't have to if you don't want.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything I need to hear?
How's that?
Anything I want to hear?
I don't really have too much information. I did call Mr. Warbass,
Yeah.
and then he called me back, and then I called him again. I didn't hear anything today. A lot of people are not working today, so I'm hoping tomorrow he'll call me. If he doesn't call by lunchtime, I'll call him again tomorrow. And I've asked him, I told him that, we actually want help with the records room and the Olney Cook Shop. So that's all I have. I know Anne was, kind of frantic for us to get a contract and everything so that we can use the CPA funds. I don't know if we're going to make that deadline.
I don't either. We could make a deposit, that would be so beneficial.
It would be great if we could do it, but I can't, you know.
Jane, before you run, one of the things that we would like to do is have Veronica come back and put an additional support under the floor, the upstairs floor, in the Olney cook shop, because it's really spongy. So we want, you think we can call them directly to come up and take a look? Or do we have to go through Philip? Because they were very much involved in the project. They did a lot of the manual labor.
Well, I'd ask Philip and
All
see
right.
what he has to say, and
Okay.
then, you know. Okay.
Maybe we can go directly to them, depending on the cost. All right.
He's texting me.
Bye. We're good if it's under what, now it's 29999 or?
Something like that. Bye. Are you guys going to be in the museum tomorrow? Are you going to be in the museum tomorrow?
Yeah. All right, great. Just one.
1 o'clock. All right, got it.
Okay, so the next item is demolition requests. I did see that there was one that came through yesterday. I've not had a chance to have a look at it. I
So I
don't
can
know.
run you through it. It's,
I did look and see, it's the Funari property on
Yeah.
Milford Road. And that's actually, it's 1945, I think, isn't it?
I think
No.
it's
Or later?
1975.
as
is
best
it?
I can tell,
75.
there was a historic property, and then this partial was carved off, and that facility was built in the 70s. So everything I've seen, it would indicate that this is not historic. We do only have 22 days to make a determination, so if we're not prepared, we have to schedule another meeting. I don't know, personally, unless I'm missing something, I want this the hell off our desk as fast as possible, because
Yeah.
this is a ridiculous hot potato, unless there's something historic that we really care about.
As far as I'm aware, there isn't. It doesn't kind of meet any of the criteria
Right.
that I can think of.
What
I
did I
mean, I
send
would
out?
allow it to go to the building department, but that's me. Janice or Connie, do either of you have
I
any
don't know which
comment?
property.
Okay, this is,
49
talking
Milford
about?
Street.
it's
Oh,
49
that
Milford
clarifies it.
Street. It's the one which was the old greenhouse.
Oh,
Where the proposed strip club is going to be.
oh,
Yeah, there it is.
This is the deed research, so there's a property and then it says portion of above deed in the 75, and then it was broken off, and then you can see it goes to Funari. This says circa 75. How do I make this go away?
I mean, I don't think there's any part of the original property remaining, is there?
I don't know what else is over there. Hang on. Let me get rid of this so I can actually. Oh, all right, I guess not. I don't know what the other property is. I don't know much about it. Is there a house? What's next to it? The Taylor rental place? That's,
Yep.
Yeah.
so that's all been, here, let's zoom in. You got 49. You know what? It's all this other land that's like all those little houses in the 50s, 59. So this was all divided up, and I don't know when these were all built, but 94, 2009. Where's the year on this one? No year. 1920. That's like in the 50s. 47 was built in 1971. What's this back property? 94. 1953, that's the end zone, right? So I don't think it meets any of the criteria. It's not, so it's not significant,
No,
No,
you know.
no
I
special
don't think so.
architect or connection to anybody. in
It
the
would be
community.
nice if whatever they end up building would somewhat fit the character of, you know, what we want to see and not just be an ugly sheet metal building.
Right.
Supposedly at 47, there's, I think what they're going to build is going to be nice with a facade, even though it's a, you know, whatever, but can you just grab one of those mics so it points to you? So, you know,
Agreed.
but unfortunately, not a district and not our control.
right.
So I will make a motion to approve the demolition permit for 49 Milford Street.
But not
based-
to approve the demolition permit, it's to approve, to
find
find
it.
not
Not-
historically.
yes.
Yeah,
The property at 49 Milford Street, not historically significant.
okay. Lynn Roberts, aye.
Kathy Schofield, aye.
Dan,
Connie, I.
Okay. Unanimous. Dan, will you be able to put that in Viewpoint and let
Yep.
them know?
I'll close it out.
And that now automatically generates a letter that says they now can proceed to the planning, to the
Yep.
building department, right? Perfect. Okay, that was easy. Moving right along, the cemetery workshop. Which, just from a personal point of view, I thought was phenomenal. I mean, we had so many really, really good people there. And we have all of their emails.
Yes, and we've got all kinds of people on Facebook that said that they would
People
like
that
to join
wanted to
in.
do it, right. And I think that while we've got this momentum, it wouldn't hurt to, you know, start moving forward with maybe looking at stewardships and different things. I know the gentleman who has the wood cemetery in his property, is it Andre?
Yep.
Okay. I know that he is very keen to get things moving and to get some help and keep that cemetery
Yes.
moving along.
Yep.
I don't know exactly what we want to do from here.
So we did talk about what we have left over in funds.
Yeah.
In his commission funds. And one of the things we've been batting around is should we purchase some of the D2 cleaner and store it so that we can do additional workshops. The other was, do we want to have produced signage for each of the cemeteries that states that something to the effect that if you plan to do work on a family stone, that you contact the historical commission for instructions or for information.
I think one of the things that we need to figure out on that is who they contact if they're going to come to the historical commission, until at some later date we can arrange for a cemetery commission.
Right, right.
I mean, ideally, it would be great if we had a cemetery commission, but I think let's try and get things rolling before we go down that road.
Right, right.
But we definitely have to have, you know, what we don't want is people calling the town and saying, I want to clean a cemetery stone, and they go, okay. We need to know that that message is getting to the right person before they do work on it.
Right.
So I think the D2, if we've got enough money, I think is a great thing to do, but I think
Yeah.
the signage is more important firstly.
Yeah. And we just had a plaque done for the ramp at the Historical Museum. And it took about a couple of weeks to process. Didn't take long at all, and it was in honor of Cooper Trainer, John Trainer's daughter. It was a donation made to, make this ramp or the museum accessible for his daughter and others. So it did not take long to put together. It's really quite nice, and it's something that I think we can, put up in the cemeteries.
Do you know what the cost was?
I think it was about $200. So if we were to do plaques, welcome to the so-and-so cemetery, we asked that if we can do work on the wording. Which cemeteries would we want to do?
I think we definitely have to do Bicknell,
Yeah,
Old Town, Locust Hill,
Pine Hill.
Pine Hill.
yeah.
I do think, to be clear, I don't believe we own Locust Hill, but I think that's in enough limbo that it's worth marking.
Yeah.
Which one don't we?
I
Locust?
believe the ownership of Locust Hill is in limbo, or likely Swandale, but whatever. Long as somebody knows what's going on.
Okay, because I was going to say, we can't put a sign on Swandale, can we?
We
No,
probably,
Absolutely not, unless you go to them and talk to them and get all their blessings up front.
right. So maybe we do that next.
I would,
We do that-
I would talk, Ruth, actually, of course, she just left.
I know.
I would talk to them first about that and offer like, hey, if this is, but they have more, I think, oversight because they're active.
Yep.
And
Maybe they
Swandale
could do their
owns,
own sign.
They might be able to. I know they paid.
I know
for
they've
their
already
own
had
plaque.
stones in there cleaned.
Yeah.
But Jane, I think, told me that Swandale and Friends are owned by the same.
Swandale owns Friends. Swandale also technically owns George. However, although George, I wouldn't worry about George because you have the historic George stones that nobody's touching, and then you have the new stones that nobody's touching. So it's really the ones with those, it's the Pine Hill and it's the one with the middle of the road ones, like Pine Hill, Locust Hill, Old Town.
Yeah.
Those are the
only
ones
thing is,
that are
Dan,
priority.
Gaskell.
The only
the
thing, is,
Gaskell
yeah, the
Cemetery.
only thing
That's
is,
private.
like with George, is that, I mean, as I've been driving around, I'm seeing stones that I'm convinced have been cleaned.
Yeah, yeah.
And nobody's asked anything. I mean, there are the ones that have been pressure washed, which has
Yeah.
destroyed them,
Well,
sandblasted.
put
But-
George on the list. We just need to ask Swandale's permission, but I don't think they care about George because they don't mow
Yeah.
it anymore.
They might actually, appreciate us putting a sign up there if we're going to pay for it.
Well, we should offer, I would offer for
Yeah.
Friends and, because I think this is not it's relative to historic purposes, not
Yep.
relative to their modern, what they're doing now.
And what
That's
about
what
wood as well?
That is, I believe, fenced in, as is the other, the Thornton Street Cemetery is also fenced in, so it's part of private property.
Is that going to stop
Owner
people going
property.
in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because Thornton Street their cemetery is set back in the backyard of somebody's house, so nobody goes in there.
Okay.
We've never spoken to them.
And what are we planning for a sign here? Like a yard
Just-
sign or a,
No, just a small plaque at the entrance.
because worst case, if it can't be there, they'll take it out. I mean, if you're just doing a, 8.5 by 11 size plastic something on a stake in the ground, you're gonna spend 30, $40 on the sign. Who cares?
Yeah, no. These are
Bunch.
metal ones.
Call
They're
it- yeah,
nice.
but, get a bunch and call it a day.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea, and they may even give us a little bit of a break on price if we order more.
right.
I mean, we're not putting the name on. They're all going to be identical, aren't they?
Yeah.
And we could just put like a number on it so that if it disappears, we know which cemetery it's disappeared from.
Yeah.
And what about the one, is it Asylum Street? Which is the one up by the farm.
I
that
know,
we
it,
went
yeah.
to.
Oh, yeah.
It's Park Street / Daniels.
Yeah.
Again,
Okay, well-
very likely private, but what the heck, put a sign on it.
Well, I mean, even if it's
Mowing there,
private,
right?
Yeah, there's several that we mow and it is, probably the right thing to do, but.
Right.
But I wouldn't stress. The only one I would not put a sign out without first confirming is the active is Swandale Friends and.
Swandale Friends and, yeah.
Maybe.
And Gaskill, I don't know. There was an association that was maintaining Gaskill. And I don't know if they're still active or what the situation is or who would know the details.
Because I think that there is a link between some of the stones that have been sandblasted because they're all Gaskell relatives.
Well, so that would be good to try and track them down and
Yeah.
find out what's going on.
Yeah, because the ones at Bicknell that were done, it was the husband and wife, but the wife was a member of the Gaskell family, even though it's a different name.
Right.
So, question about the D2, because I'm trying to look on this online here. What do we, spray bottles, gallons, 5 gallons?
Oh,
No, we got it was the 5-gallon jug, wasn't it?
yeah.
I'm just,
Maybe a couple of 5 gallons.
we have money,
Yeah.
so to turn around and spend $500 on something would be really smart right now.
Yep.
Right, right.
So like,
And
I'm
we can
gonna
also, I mean, we
order it
could
tonight.
do, like, we can
A
get
water
brushes.
sprayer would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those, I can buy a bunch of those at Home Depot.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be awesome.
How many? 5, 10?
Well, I think one of the things that we need to figure out
Let's do
is
6.
if we're going to keep, where we're going to keep the D2 and the water sprayer and those kind of
Shove it in a
things. If we're
closet
going to
somewhere.
have a steward have it at their home, or whether we're going to keep it like in parks or in highway, or,
What about the basement of the old museum? What do you
I would
think?
store it, I wouldn't store anything in those buildings. I would actually store it in the basement of this building. You know what, it'd be the kind of thing that you would check out.
definitely we have to have a logged, yeah, because it's expensive stuff and we
You
want to
know.
make sure it's not,
So then we know who we're giving something to.
Yeah.
That would be my, I guess, recommendation on that. But
Do you
I,
have room in here, in the basement?
yeah, we'll just stick it in a room somewhere. Nobody. I'm just thinking, so like if I buy 6 of these, so that's, what is wrong with this pencil? What, that's $48. How much is the D2 roughly? Do we know?
I don't know.
I thought it's, what did he say? It was a,
He said $40 a gallon when we were at the
$40 a-
workshop.
Because this place, I mean, unless they can sell it to us, there's some place in Mass, but they don't ship. I'm liable to just buy this online and tell them to pay the
I
shipping.
didn't bring my paperwork with me, but he had the name and address of where you got it from, didn't he?
Yeah.
I found it online. They all want you to make accounts. So here we go. So this place is saying a gallon is 43.
That's
A
about
5
right.
gallon is 200.
Yep.
I think I would buy gallons because they're easier to deal with, but
Yeah,
Yeah, they are,
probably
'cause
not
then
a
we
bad
can-
idea.
does it have
We
to
can
be
actually
diluted or do you
control
use
that
it
with
straight?
the Spray
Yeah,
bottles.
you
don't we?
use it straight.
Use it
You use
straight.
it straight.
Yeah. So if you had one group going over, you could send 1 gallon with them
So in
and not
that
have to break
case,
it up.
And they
43
can bring
times-
back anything that's
Yeah.
not used.
Yeah.
We can control, we can get spray bottles really cheap and just fill those, can't we?
So I'm gonna buy, what do you want? I was gonna buy those here, only because I have a bunch of them and they work really good for cleaning. These are $7-8.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So buy a bunch of those. I'd buy 5 or 10 gallons of this stuff. That's like $500.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy a case of envelopes, just so we have them. If there's anything else you can think of, we got like a week.
If we've got any more money,
We get $3,000.
I bought the little brushes, the little nylon brushes. I
Yes.
picked those up, and in fact, Joe took mine with him. He really liked it. So, I mean, and they were nothing. They were like $2 a piece at, I think, Job Lot or something. So, we could get maybe, 10 of those. I don't mind picking
And then
them
the
up.
plastic scrapers too.
Yeah, and they were like $1 a piece, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, if the town's gonna pay, it's infinitely easier to purchase stuff on an account than it is to chase around paperwork and tax exempt.
yeah.
So if this is the kind of thing that like they sell in the store at Home Depot,
Yep.
like here,
Dan, Kathy told me to give you this too. This is the reimbursement for the porta potty.
oh, yeah, we gotta process that. So I need, how did you pay him?
I paid in cash. Oh,
You should have wrote a check.
that's a bad word.
Yeah.
That would be fudge for you.
That was one of the ways that I managed to get it and get it at that price.
Yeah,
Because do you know what United wanted to charge? $1,000 for a porta potty for one day.
what does this say? Paid? I will submit this and see what
That's
happens.
his signature.
Yeah. Portable toilet, job location. All right, so I will process this. This will be a check mailed to you.
Okay.
So in terms, or can one of you look at this screen and just tell me,
Your screen?
not my, or I can, like, hang on, I'll try and share it.
We're sharing or we're looking?
Hang on. This is what Home Depot has on the shelf. So what did you buy for scrub brushes? Like,
They weren't even as fancy as that. They were like, I mean, like I said, they were like $2, but
or they were little, like,
Yeah, the one with the handle.
or like
is
these
good.
things?
no, not wire. No.
No, but this size, this blue thing, this is plastic, I
I think
think.
you had one that was a little bit larger. Yep.
Yeah.
On the far right.
Like
Yeah,
one of
that would be
these.
pretty good.
Is that where you can get in around the letter, inside the letters?
Mhm.
A couple of those would be great.
Well, because that's the kind of thing, if I can find something on Amazon and we can buy a pack of like 50,
Yep.
That would be great.
Probably don't need 50.
Yep.
But,
well,
Dan, the
it'd be
one
10
on the
bucks.
pole as well.
what, one of these?
The one that's 1140 something, yeah. That has a swivel on the top. That would be great for the tall monuments.
All right, well, let me make a note, because this is all stuff we can buy on Amazon. So like something like this,
Yeah, I might pick up 2 of those.
I don't know if this is gonna hold up to scrubbing though.
It does. I have
Okay,
one.
oh, okay.
I brought one there.
Oh, good,
so-
because some
was
of these,
fabulous,
some of
by the
these are
way.
garbage.
Yeah.
Good to know.
They just have to have nylon bristles, Dan.
Yeah. Because that's like 10 bucks. I mean, I'll look on, I can't spell. Or if you go on Amazon, find some stuff and send it to me.
Okay.
But we have a very limited window to put in an order.
Yeah,
I would do that now and just get some stuff on the shelf and then we have it.
okay.
That's good.
That's good.
Yep.
You got the scrapers, right? The rectangular.
Just
glass
flat.
Scrapers.
They got to be plastic,
Yeah.
little scraper
Little
trowel
putty
things.
knives or whatever.
That's another thing. We'll just get like a whole bag of them.
Yeah, those who can.
I know what you mean, like
I'll
these things.
I'll make a folder. Yeah, but the thinner one than that,
Narrow, I think they're like
narrower.
1.5 inches, 2 inches.
That's like 3. Oh, the top left. Go back. There you go.
Like one of these, okay.
The plastic.
Yeah,
They're plastic. They're like, should be fairly cheap.
they're $1.
Yeah. If I do a sign out book, I'll put like the name, the cemetery, what they're taking, what was returned and when, and then we can put that with all the stuff downstairs. I've got
Yes,
some
and if
folders.
Maybe that's stuff
Record
that
the
could go,
stones that they worked on. If they
Yeah.
could
Oh,
record
we
the
have to know what
stones.
cemetery and what stones they're
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Do you want to put down that you want them to do a before and after picture?
Oh, I think we
Yes.
definitely should.
But-
Yeah.
And where to mail it or where to, to send it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What, the photograph? Yes.
Yeah. Because you want to know what stones are done because you can't do them for 5 years.
Right.
Yes.
And I think maybe we put a little, even a note in there for whatever stewards happen to be. Yeah, we need to know that, and then we can start plotting, because some of those we couldn't even read the names, and now we can. So,
It's incredible what a
Yeah.
difference it made.
well, it'd be good to, I mean, really, I think this is where would have somebody lined up who would then have supplies for that cemetery and they would coordinate this for that cemetery.
Right, right.
That would be the
So-
way I would,
Do we want to do one small workshop on just cleaning before
yes,
the end of the year?
yes,
Like maybe September?
maybe August, September.
August.
Yeah, before the weather gets bad or whatever. I would say definitely just on cleaning. We can do a couple of hours, and maybe at that point we can have official stewards for each cemetery put together.
Right, right. And maybe we can start that on Facebook, that, we are looking for stewards for these cemeteries. If you're interested,
Yep.
contact the
But I
commission.
think you need to be able to identify the job description and how long it's going to take, how many hours.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So Janice, is that, are you volunteering?
Did I say that?
Oh, I thought I heard it.
That's what I heard, but my hearing's going.
Connie, what do you think? Was that Janice volunteering?
No, I didn't think that was
Sure.
Janice volunteering.
Oh, come on, Connie, you know.
Connie, if you didn't hear that, you just volunteered. So quite quickly, Janice did.
There you go.
Definitely Janice then.
No, I think
All
it
right.
would be great
I'll
if we
put it
had
Oh,
down.
another
I'll do it.
workshop.
Oh, you'll do a great job, Janice, because you were like
Right.
completely immersed in that experience. So,
You mean I was really dirty?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Down and dirty.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think that would be,
Well,
I
I
think
had
that would be
to
great.
report to Doug Penniman, so
Oh yeah, was he excited?
he was.
Oh, that's great.
But I think it would be great if we can have a separate section that we can, have someone really follow up and control all this would be great.
Connie, did you say you wanted to be steward for the Locust Hill Cemetery, or was that my imagination?
That's the one on North Ave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do that one.
All right.
And I had a question too. Do you know if anywhere in town records, are there inventories of who is in the different cemeteries? Because it would be good if we go through this process, it'd be good to, have an inventory of what headstones are in there.
Yep.
Is there any records of that? I mean, there might be with Swandale, but some of these other older ones.
Well, Bicknell there was, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was one for Bicknell. There's one for the Wood Cemetery. Dan, are you looking at that inventory that somebody?
I don't know. I don't have anything right now. There's multiple versions of things. I think we have some of the computer files from the historic one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a major undertaking, I think, to take them, go through, check them all off, see what's missing.
Right.
Unfortunately, I think the ones that were done are not all complete.
Well, that's why I
Right,
think it would be good for
Very
us to
flawed.
have a steward for each cemetery that,
See, for Locust Hill, I wanted to do one,
mhm.
and then we know what's in there. But I didn't want to duplicate it if it's already written up somewhere.
But even when they're
Or
written up,
double check against it. you
yeah.
know?
Even when they're written up, Connie, we found that at Bicknell when we worked on that front piece. Kathy had a series of what each gravestone was numbered and what it was. They were wrong.
Oh,
There were
okay.
extra, there were more stones there than we realized. There were the ones in the trees. I think if we're going to do this, then we need to, honestly, I think, start from scratch.
Yes.
I mean, we've got the history of these people, but maybe we need to redo plans.
Okay.
So we would need to provide some paperwork for people in terms of
Yeah.
understanding how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
Plus the pictures, I think, are really important.
Yeah.
Putting together a digital file.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I agree.
So I will try to get all that together, Connie, because I feel like there was something written on the Locust Hill Cemetery, but I don't know exactly how much. And I'm sure it's way out of date. So I think the last inventory was done in 1989.
Something
90.
like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, and we can also give you the deed too. We can pull up the deed for that cemetery as well and see if we can dig up some history on it. All right.
Okay. But I think, yeah, that's something we should definitely look at doing. and get into motion, but I think just a cleaning one, because we're not really at this point asking anybody to repair stones.
Yeah.
We're not asking anybody to like dig holes and straighten them up or
Right.
anything like that.
But we could call Ed to do resetting.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
at some-
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
was awesome.
yeah. As long as we make sure that the header matches the footer.
I know. Very important.
Okay. Anybody got anything else on cemeteries?
No. it was
Nope.
a Great experience.
It was. I mean, it was like.
Well
it was
done,
very,
Terry.
very good.
Yeah. No, everybody. I mean, I think it took a village to pull that off, so.
Okay, the next item is we did touch on, at the last meeting, is the paint color for the Old Taft Library. Did everybody see the colors that we had, that Kathy sent through?
Yes.
No.
Did you have any like preference yourself, Kathy?
You know, it's difficult because I've heard from several people that, oh, wouldn't it be nice to just, introduce either a newer or brighter color? Because these historic colors are all, I think it's the hue that's changed. Because in the historic colors, they're all combined with white, so they almost look dusty looking. I mean, they're not bright colors. So, do we want the library to stand out? Do we want to stay in the same, color scheme, which seemed to be the local historic district seemed to like the idea of kind of sticking with the same colors, or I know I spoke with Mark Reel and he would love to see us introduce a new color or maybe go with a gray, although he started with white. I think we should probably steer away from white.
Yeah, that's what, I mean, I think white trim
Yeah,
would make it stand out and I think would look, pretty nice, but.
right.
Like it is already, but it is difficult because those historic colors are kind of, ugh.
Right, they are. They're.
I mean, if you
kind of
take
dull
them
and-
individually and then put them there's like a really beautiful blue, not the
Yes.
light blue, the darker blue.
Yes,
A really nice dark blue with a white trim, I think would look sensational.
absolutely.
But you can't really see it in that palette because you get overwhelmed with and then you can say, well, the burgundies or the barn red or something like that would look nice, but with a white trim.
Right,
but-
right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the decision's already been made, hasn't it?
No, it's
hasn't?
actually it's on our plate. And if you
But
look at,
I think the decision needs to be made in the next 15 minutes. Like
What are they gonna do with the town hall? Are they painting it
they need
white?
an answer.
yeah, it's been painted
already
white,
done.
Connie.
The town
So they-
hall's gonna be white?
Yep, it's just got a new fresh coat of paint on it, so it's white.
Yeah.
And they've approved the money for the library to be painted, but they want to get the RFP out immediately.
The RFP's out, contract's been awarded.
Yep.
They're literally waiting for the
Waiting for the
contractor
color.
to schedule
They
the
just need
job.
The color from us.
We need to give them some sort of feedback with a timeline of when we expect to give them an answer, because otherwise they'll just make a decision.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
So I
I
think we
mean,
should
supposing we
offer.
make a decision based on that palette and we say, well, this is the color that we'd like, and they go, yeah, no, we don't want that.
I don't think that'll happen. The key is that we need to present our decision to the select board and say, this is what we recommend.
Okay.
If we just do nothing, they're just going to say, all right, we're going and I'm making it, and she's just going to make a decision. That's, we just need to communicate.
You have a choice, a preference?
I don't care. I said before, I think I like the darker, like the two-toned approach, I think looks good.
yeah,
I think painting that building all white would look stupid.
Yeah.
I think painting that, I think that's a new building. It should look new.
yeah.
This building was always white. It's a town building. I think that building.
Make
should
that
be
look a bit special.
It should be similar to what it was, so two-tone scheme, I think, is fine. I like the red.
I like the red and the tan
We do have a
myself.
lot of red in this
So,
particular
know.
area, so it doesn't really stand on its own, I don't think that the store is going to change colors, and I really don't think that the lovely gray-green across the street is going to change much.
No,
So, do you give it its own character, or do we
Yeah.
stick with the formula that we've always used? Because a lot of the contemporary colors are historic,
Right.
but the color is more pure.
Mhm.
It hasn't been washed out with white. I think in some cases it's been a little black has been added to deepen the color a little bit.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, the campus is going to be green. We know that.
yeah.
A lot of that landscaping around the library will be gone,
It would be nice to have a color that does stand out with all the new campus, you know.
Or should it be yellow again like it was? That straw yellow?
No,
I wasn't really a fan of yellow. I wasn't a fan of yellow until I saw Bellingham, and it's like a very soft yellow.
right,
Which,
right.
and that does look really pretty.
Yeah.
So why don't we go in the Benjamin Moore site and we will plug in like a blue or blue-green color?
Like the shingles on the top half of the library,
Yep,
you, like you gotta pick a color that's gonna look good on those shingles,
right.
because that's a lot of detail, and the darker the color, it pulls out the texture in the shingles.
Yep,
So I also like that kind of, low, green color with the white. But, yeah, but what's gonna look good on that, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the tough thing.
Yeah.
You kind of go with what colors you like rather than, what's going to look good on the
And
building.
then, and how are I haven't really looked closely at that. It's clapboards on the first level, right? The main level, and are those the old clapboards or are they new ones? Cause old clapboards, sometimes look better with lighter color. Because there's a lot of imperfection from scraping and everything. And that really shows up when you put a dark color on it.
hi,
Yeah.
are you calling in for the meeting? Hello?
Hello?
That's Ruth O'Grady. I don't know if she's trying to dial in for the meeting or,
So I would go with the clapboard part to be a lighter color,
yep,
and the top story with the shingle could be a darker. Now, the other thing is to go a shade lighter on the below in the same color, but a couple of shades darker. Or you could do two colors.
Is it going to affect the price adversely if you do two colors and a white trim?
I think right now they bid that based on painting it the way it looks today.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they already had three colors.
Paint is, they gotta buy paint to paint all the surfaces, doesn't matter what color it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
maybe I have a friend who's really good at colors. She told me I was color deficient, but she's very good. I could always ask her thoughts. She's an artist.
I mean, I don't know if it's on their agenda, but I think they're looking for something from us as soon as possible.
I know Laura did send an email,
Yeah.
didn't she, that said that they need that?
It's not on the agenda, but I think basically they're waiting for this contractor to schedule the job, so as soon as he schedules the job, it's go time.
Oh. I think you have got to have something fairly strong because you've got a lot of greenery. You've got to have something that's going to stand out.
so maybe we do stay in the red. In the red.
I mean, you could do grays. You could do a dark gray and a light gray.
Right. So, I mean, that building obviously is gray and brick red, and we've got red, and we've got green, and we've got brilliant white, and then we've got the library. So, I mean, I think it would be nice to tie the three buildings
Yep.
together to unify them, which will be partly done with green space and,
Mhm.
all right, so what, excuse me, why don't I go on the Benjamin Moore website and see if I can load the picture of the library on and see if we can load some historic colors.
Colors on it, yeah, good
almost
idea.
Similar to that, and
Mhm.
then we'll do like one or two options, and then I'll just send it out to everybody to take a look
I
at
think that's a good idea. But we're going to need to do that like
tonight, tomorrow, yeah.
tomorrow.
I would
Got
say,
it.
yeah, as soon as we
Got it.
can.
Because the select board is meeting Wednesday.
It's not in their agenda, but I think we should probably reply to Laura's email and say, this is what we're doing and this is when we expect to give you an answer.
I think I did. I told her that we were
Yeah.
at least meeting tonight to discuss it, so.
Okay. I mean, it's one of those things like, you know, if you're doing a bedroom and you don't like the color, you can redo it. If you're doing that building and you screw up and do the wrong color, we got to live with it for the next 6 years
Right,
or
exactly.
until it needs repainting.
Exactly. And then there's that line, do you cross? You know, like I was doing some more research on the library and was reading that when Susan Houston bought the building, that she actually provided additional money to paint and refurbish the building. So, you know, those colors are probably what she had selected.
Oh, you think that those were the colors that,
I think the original
they were
building was
original
white
colors?
because it was a church, it was a chapel.
Right.
So I mean, that's just, I mean, and that could be speculation. I'm not sure what the date is, but when they moved into the library, it was, when the library moved in there, it was 1909, I believe. But she had provided funds to refurbish the building. And so I would imagine that she didn't want the blistering white
Yeah.
to look like a chapel, so they opted for something with color.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of these colors, you know, in the historic collection reflect that, you know, cottage.
What was it? What was available? Because they were all
Right.
like vegetable dyes used in everything. So
Right.
it was, you know, I mean, they weren't all. You were limited as to what colours you had and
Yeah.
what tones that you had in that. I mean, I know I was in Benjamin Moore looking at the other day at all the historic colours, and when you look at them, they're kind of very flat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll mess around with some.
Yeah, mess around with some
Examples
colours and
and see
then
what we can
and
come up
see
with.
and give us the best of three.
All right. Got it.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Do we have any other business? Anybody have anything else?
I don't think so.
No? Perfect. So I will, so the next meeting, and I am going to touch base with a couple of people. You said there was someone else who might be interested in joining us? Or in maybe joining something? I'm going to see if I can reach out to a few people and maybe we can see if we can get this commission back up to
Yeah.
full capacity.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah. And if you want.
So the next meeting is the 18th
Because
of
we
July.
have several vacancies, right?
Sorry?
Oh, no, we have one vacancy and then Tom, oh, no, this
we have
website still
three.
says Goddard. So we have 3 vacancies, two
Yeah.
vacancies and potentially a third if he chooses not to be reappointed.
What did you say?
The website says Mike Goddard is still on our board. I should update that.
No, yeah,
I know.
I was going to say, he retired a long time ago and
Yeah.
has Connie on there though, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know why that's still up there.
So the next meeting we'll have is July 20th
Oh.
at 7 PM.
Probably because I unpublished him and then she added him to the select board and it put him back.
Ah,
Oh.
Wasn't there a couple that wanted to join and one of the couple joined the commission? But the wife wanted to too, and we didn't have a vacancy last
Yep.
year.
Yep,
So it'd
Yeah,
be
I've
good
got-
to see about
they're on
that.
George Street.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to several people, and I think we've also got the young lady on Washington Street as well, I think.
Kathy Hackins. is
Oh, and
on-
we're going to ask Kathy?
Yeah,
Kathy,
is on Washington. I don't know who else is on Washington.
you want to ask Kathy if she's interested? Oh, yeah, because I said we'll ask Kathy Hackinson if she's, actually, when I speak to her about 56 Uxbridge, I could probably ask her if she's interested.
That's a great idea.
Historical Commission.
Okay, if anybody has any other names of people that they'd like me to reach out to,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have one vacancy, and then Tom would be the second vacancy. It's only a 7-member board.
yep.
I don't know if it can be expanded.
Okay. Okay,
There we go. So now what board is she on?
okay.
Probably none. Okay.
So, can someone make a motion to adjourn?
Yes, I move to adjourn the meeting at 8:15.
Second, anybody?
second.
Okay. Lynn Roberts, aye.
Kathy Schofield, aye.
Dan, I.
Connie, I.
Perfect.
Janice, I.
Closed at 8:15.
Wow.